Cleanup week in Fargo and Moorhead was just a few weeks ago, and I know that across the area there was a bunch of cleanup weeks as well. And some of us may have gotten lucky and picked up an item that we think is cute and could be doable, but needs a little bit of a refresh.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, this actually came from our newsroom, which is getting renovated. One of our staffers picked it up and they thought, cute, I can take it home, but it's kind of in a little bit of rough shape and it's hard to see on camera, but there are some scratches, the edges are a little bit worn, and it's not really the most stable piece.
Right. It's a little wobbly.
It's a little wobbly, so that's kind of a problem. So the first thing that we're going to do with it is we're going to want to make sure that we tighten up all the joints. Anywhere there's a joint, just make sure that we're just tightening screws and we're getting good. Now some require a Phillips, some require a flathead. Cool screwdriver like this is what you want because it's got both.
Dual sides.
We love it. So let's take a look. So this one is going to be Phillips. Phillips is, if you don't know, probably most of you do, it's the one that's got the little cross. So we're just going to tighten those up just to make sure that everything is the way that we need it to be, and kind of take that wobble out because, you know, that wobble is just going to derail everything. So.
Right. Makes it sturdy and able to work on.
Right, exactly. We're going to have to flip that over because I am not ambidextrous. All right. So this is a big part of it. Another big part of it is we're just going to want to clean it up a little bit. It's not in the best shape. A little bit of scratches. It's not the worst though. I mean, it's definitely manageable.
Would you restain this?
You certainly could. The person that had picked this up actually had asked the question of, should I chalk paint it? You could. You absolutely could chalk paint it. If you do that, there's a few things you need to consider. First, you have to have it primed in one way or another, which means you're going to have to either sand it all down, or you can get a primer. They have this at all the different stores, Menards, that basically you paint it on and it creates that stable surface for paint to stick to. It's really, really good if you have cheap furniture, especially if you pick up like a particle board item that could be like a dresser, whatever it is, because if you try to sand that down and it's just a fake finish, it's going to be a little bit of a mess. So you're going to want to put that primer on first, and that's a perfect way to do it. And then that's a little bit more stable. Some of this is just going to be what it is, but
yeah. And this looks like you need an Allen wrench. So,
yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Marlon knows his wrenches.
Yeah, you got to know your wrenches. If you're working on DIY things such as this, be mindful of the types of tools that you need and the fittings that are going with the furnishings.
And a lot of times Allen wrenches too, sometimes you get the little ones that come with building furniture. Just set them aside. You're going to need them later. You always need them later. So step 2, and another really important thing, is cleaning it.
Yes, sanitizing.
I'm a little nervous to see what this guy looks like once we get all this stuff off, but yeah, definitely try to get it clean. You can, in this case, we're just using Clorox wipes. You could get Pledge and you could do, you know.
Right, the wood cleaner.
Exactly.
All that.
Whatever you think would be best. The Clorox wipes in this case are not going to hurt it because it has a very hearty shellac on it. So.
Shellac, I love that word.
Yeah, it's just a fun word to say mostly. And then we have the little shelves. We're going to do that too. And this, you know, item has seen some love over the years, but just cleaning it up makes a huge difference.
And it saves the planet, guys. You're reusing a purposeful item that's already been in use, just sprucing it up and utilizing it for your purpose.
All right, so getting it nice and clean.
Nice and
looks
spruced
fabulous.
up.
One of the very common things that you see with older pieces, used pieces, is the corners get a little bit dinged up. So what you can do is there's 2 different ways to do this actually. They have a pencil, but then they also have a little marker that has kind of like an ink in it, and it's to the color of the item. So in this case, I picked up the darkest one.
Perfect.
Which happens to be dark walnut, it looks like, as one of the names in there. Grabbed this from Menards and it was under $5. And it's kind of a wax that just fills in
Or like the little
clean up those areas. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Super easy, really cheap, really easy way to do this. And then of course this is the Min Wax one in case you guys are looking for it. So all you're going to do is just kind of take it wherever you see a ding, and you're just kind of going to color it. Like, let's go back to when we were in
Stay in the lines.
kindergarten, right? Just color it a little bit, a little dings here and there. And it helps the wax kind of set in the area. I like to just also rub it in a little bit, but yeah, if you have some dings
Sure.
over there.
Get this guy right here.
I know, and it is really important to at least try to get very close to the color. You may not get it perfect, but just putting anything on is going to be better than the current state that it's in.
It's really working.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, super easy, but it gives you another way to get items or collect items that you can just fix up really, really cheap, and then you have new furniture in your home.
Most definitely.
And we love
this
that.
is an amazing tool to have.
Yeah.
Oh.
Plus all the Allen wrenches and the screwdrivers. So
Yes.
fun stuff. All right. Well, thanks for joining us on this one. If you have questions, send a question to our Facebook page, or if there's something else that you want to see us do, send
Let
that
us
as
know.
well. And stay with us because we're going to be talking about fraud prevention with AARP North Dakota.